Live to the Gabba, here is the Australian cricket captain, and Hazlewood is back for the test tomorrow.
Yeah, how do you imagine the feedback Scott Boland probably doing it live, doing it? Like how, for someone who's been in the fringe for so long, like saying things that are kind of maybe motivated, getting that, like if you become like that kind of big drop,
Yeah, of course you say all those things because it's the truth. He's amazing every time he plays. And we absolutely love him around the group. He's one of all our favourites. So it's just about preparing for MCG because there's a good chance we might need you. History suggests there's always kind of some form of natural attrition throughout a Test series. So the good thing, he's probably played a Test earlier in the series than he maybe thought coming to the series. He showed that his standard's still super high. He knows he can take wickets against these guys, so it's just about trying to set him up for those last two Test matches.
We all love to see that. Can you just explain the reasoning of taking Mitch and Josh away to bowl somewhere else? Is it the nets, or what was behind that?
Yeah, just purely run-ups. So we've done it most years. It's only about 25 metres at the back of the Gabba, whereas obviously we can get full run-ups up at AB, so that was it. They were going to bowl yesterday morning. It was still damp, so the nets got pushed back to the afternoon. Hence why it kind of clashed with the main training session. But yeah, that was it. There's nothing more to it than that.
And you talked about intimidating guy before. Smithy, you've got him with the beauty in there. Surely.
Oh, and then it's yeah.
Surely he's all right. You're backing him to form. I know his record's huge. And does it feel like it's about to come?
Yeah, I mean it does. If you look at his record, stats would suggest it's not far around the corner. And I think in particular this year he's looking fantastic in the nets. Just looking really sharp, looking like he's got plenty of time, doing all the right things like he always does. So yeah, he got caught down the leg side last game. I don't think he can look into that too much. So I'm sure a big score's just around the corner. But he's been fantastic the last couple of games. Obviously a big leader around the group, and he's been awesome. So really, hoping he gets a few this week.
You're asked about the Australian dominance of Gabba over the years before. What's it like as a player in the modern game when you do play so many venues, like you said? Is there a sense of pride in trying to maintain something like that for Australian cricket, or is it just an
I think there's definitely pride in winning in Australia. These are our home conditions. These are the conditions we grew up playing with, so there's definitely that. You want to. I think the hardest thing in cricket nowadays is winning Test series away from home. So to make that World Test Championship, you kind of got to win everything at home and try and pick up some wins overseas where you can. So we definitely go into every home series here expecting to win. That's what we grew up watching. That's kind of the standards we set ourselves, and playing in a familiar venue, it falls right into that.
Hi Pat. Mitch Marsh yesterday suggested that it's better to go after shots than just wait for that good delivery and the inevitable. Travis in Adelaide played us a similar kind of knock. Given the wicket is lush green and it's going to be a bit spicy, do you think that's the way the batters can actually score more runs and contribute more for the teams rather than just hang around out there?
I think everyone goes about it a little bit differently. Trav and Mitch are natural shot makers. That's the way they go about it. For a few of the other guys, they've perhaps skinned the cat a little bit differently, particularly here at the Gabba. It can change from day 1 to day 2 or 3. So everyone's got their own method. I think the most important thing is you play to your strengths, and Trav did that last week.
Pat, do you feel that there is an additional pressure on the captains to lead from the front in a high-profile series like India, Australia? And how did you cope up with the criticism which came after the Perth loss? Rohit Sharma, your counterpart, is going through the same. What happened in Adelaide? Can you just
look, I think there's always pressure when you're playing Test cricket, and when you're captain, and a lot of that falls on you probably more than a lot of the other players. So it's nothing new. Of course, you just want to go out there and do well. In terms of criticism, I think after Perth we weren't. We didn't play our best. I didn't have the greatest game. Our team didn't have the greatest game. So, in some ways, any criticism, a lot of criticism's valid. and you know, some of it that isn't, you know it's not valid, so you can dismiss some of it.
Pat Cummins there, and announcing Josh Hazlewood will be part of the attack for the third test, which starts tomorrow at the Gabba.